Mike Valdes.
Why? Sing it me na 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 na. The winning na 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 na. The fun na 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 na. The winning na 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 na. Winning na 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 na. I love that song. The reason why I love that song is because Rihanna has figured out a way to write a song about working, entitle it Work, and seamlessly record the laziest vocal in Billboard music history. It's absolutely fantastic. And to be honest though, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and I'll say this, at least she wrote a song about a real work day. Because when the song really starts out, it's just like a day of work. It's really promising. And then by the end of the day, it just sounds like she wants to go home. Like she's just like, why, I'm so, why. And then she gets the mid-shift call from her boyfriend, Aubrey, and he's like, you need to come home, I just miss you. And she's like, why are you calling me at work, Aubrey? I'm at my place of work. And he's like, I got people trying to end me. Who is trying to end you, Aubrey? That doesn't make any sense. We live in the nicest part of town. If you were a twin, I would still choose you. That's great, but I don't think you understand how twins work, Aubrey. I mostly just love that joke because I love calling Drake Aubrey, and if you don't think that's funny, then you're what's wrong with pop culture. It's very true, Aubrey Drake. My name is Mike Valdes. A little bit about myself. I'm not very good at sports, but I do like to give myself the benefit of the doubt. So I'll say this. I'm not good at sports, but I am about as good as the kid that got cut from the team, like right when Air Bud tried out. So like, I'm good, I'm just not as good as a really talented dog. You know? And that's actually my favorite joke to tell, because the reason why is because it divides the room. There's usually a couple people that are like, oh my God, Air Bud, I remember that. And then the other half of the room is still trying to figure out if I'm the kid from Disney Pixar's Up or not. And it's unbelievable. Like, I love it. It's so great. Like, you think it's some reverse Page Master thing where I used to be a cartoon and now I'm a person. And you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe he's actually a real person. And like the kid from Up, like he actually grew up, he has a job now. Like that's like a real thing. He's like, he got a job. I'm sorry, but to be honest, even though I'm not actually the kid from Disney Pixar's Up, I will say that I am as innocent as I look. Out of all the people in this room, I'm probably the only person that would actually have Randy Newman write a soundtrack about their life, just because that would be incredible. Now, let's see, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, LA. When I moved out to LA, I actually came back recently. When I moved out to LA, I moved in with a couple of friends, and my friends are super hipster, and they wanted to take me to this new place in town. Apparently, Ethiopian food is like really happening in LA right now. And so they took me to this Ethiopian restaurant. They took me to this place called Silver Lake. Now, Silver Lake is in the hipster town of LA. Now, if you've never been to LA, that's completely fine because every city in America has a hipster town. And this is how you tell. Usually you can tell what a hipster town is because it seems like all the homeless people have jobs. So you go in there and we go into this Ethiopian restaurant, we sit down, and about 15 minutes into the transaction, it occurs to me, they don't have food in Ethiopia. Isn't that what Sarah McLachlan is singing about? Like, the fact that they gave us 3 cups of water is kind of a miracle in and of itself when you really think about it, isn't it? So it turns out, in LA, and in Silver Lake, I was about to say Springfield, in Silver Lake, they will charge you $60 for 3 empty plates and Compassion International card to say thank you for your donation, misspelled in red crayon. So now I'm the father of 3 Ethiopian boys. And it's just I get it. It's great. Like, they're named after various clicking noises. I love these kids. They're great. And it's funny because I tell that joke and there's always somebody that gets offended. I don't understand why you're offended. They're my children. So like, it's true. They really are. And I love these children because I'm a great father. And in fact, I'm actually going to donate my stand-up set to my children. And I would actually like to say to you that if you would like to donate to my children, that would actually be really great. And if you'd like to give anonymously, what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and get the stool and I'll just move it. If you wanna give anonymously, you can just put it right here as I'm doing my stand-up. And I'll just go ahead and turn around just so that way you don't have to like show your face to me or whatever you want to do. In the See, there's money in stand-up comedy, ladies and gentlemen. It's great. Now, see, the punchline is that I'm keeping your money. I'm not very political, mostly because politics scare me, and you know what? They kind of scare everybody right now, am I right? But politics really scare me, but they scare me in a way that they wouldn't scare a normal person. Like, for example, like, my parents are very Republican, so they were kind of scared of like Obama's policies, like, you know, while he was president. And when he was president, I was mostly just scared that he was going to get an Oscar nomination before I did, because that dude was in everything. Like, it was like unreal. He was in everything. And like, everybody was scared that O.J. Simpson did it, and like for me, I was like, I'm just scared that he did it because nobody remembered that he was a naked gun. You know what I mean? And like, everybody was super scared of Donald Trump becoming president, and I was super scared of Donald Trump becoming president. And here's the reason why. Because, you know, he treats the country like the country is a business. Now, that's a great idea, but America isn't a hotel. Not to mention, he's not very good at running hotels anyway. You know? This is a man who had a hotel that could not tell the difference between a child's voice and a man's voice and a child who pre-recorded his voice into a Talkboy microphone and slowed it down to book a hotel room. And that's why politics is scary now, because it's just a Home Alone 2 reference. You know what I mean? Like, it's so scary when you really think about it. So, what was I gonna say? I forget what my last bit was. You know what? I'm just gonna let you know, because I'm actually super happy about this. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2 of Fuller House is finally on Netflix. Oh my God, it is absolutely incredible. First of all, I don't understand why there's only a little bit of applause. I should be carried out of this room. Like, this is incredible. Can you believe that you're getting this for $9.99? Fuller House is a Hallmark card that takes a half hour to read. It is absolutely fantastic. One thing that I will say, though, that is really weird about Fuller House and Full House is that in the very beginning of Full House, the mother passes away before they move into this house. And that's kind of strange when you really think about it, right? Because the show's so vanilla, you know? And like now in this new series, the husband passes away. And that's why they have to move into the house. And that's really strange. And like, you know, bringing it all back around, I like to give things the benefit of the doubt, and like maybe now that since it's on Netflix, we can just get a Making a Murderer on why all the spouses keep dying on Full House. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't even think it's a person. I think it's the actual house. I really do. There's something about that house being the only one in the neighborhood with a red door that screams murder house to me. I don't really know what it is, but I will tell you this. On the last episode of this Making a Murderer Fuller House edition, you're going to go down into the garage, where it's actually a set piece you've only seen in one episode of the entire series. And look, I know I watch this show a lot. Shut up. So when you go down into the garage, you're going to see body parts everywhere, and you're going to hear, everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, there's a heart. It was the theme song the entire time. A hand to hold on to. No, seriously, have mercy, cut it out. You got it, dude. It was the house. Wake up, San Francisco. It was the house. Thank you so much. My name's Mike Valdes.
Once again, Mike Valdes.